Coming up on This Week in Torrance, City Council approves a rate increase for trash services. We have the details. And we'll tell you about the road closures for the city's upcoming 4th of July celebrations. Then these friendly visitors were hard at work across the city. We'll tell you why. And one Torrance High graduate not only reaches a milestone, but also makes a mark in Tartar history. These stories and much more are just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. Torrance City Council unanimously approved the adoption of a rate increase for trash pickup. The new plan will be effective starting July 1st, as residents will be charged a $3.50 increase a month. The charges are part of a 5-year plan starting this year. Additional services will also be available, like additional large item pickup options and temporary bin services. City officials say with the decrease in recycling revenue, increase in CNG vehicle replacement cost, and increase in general operating and maintenance cost, the increases are necessary in order for the Public Works Department to have a stabilized reserve while also eliminating any deficits. Currently, expenditures exceed revenue cost. Some other benefits will also be retaining low-income senior and disabled discounts. A refuse collection rate study was prepared. The City of Torrance provides collection service to more than 29,500 homes per week. Another hot topic was brought up at the recent council meeting. They are moving forward with a 45-day urgent moratorium to prohibit marijuana in the city. Officials say during this moratorium, staff will study marijuana uses and its impact on public health, safety, and welfare. Since the passing of Proposition 64, adults 21 and over are allowed to use, possess, and cultivate limited amounts of marijuana. This will go into effect January 1st. The concern for officials is the outdoor cultivation and the consequences marijuana can have on the public. Community members had the chance to make comments. One resident didn't feel there was a need for a moratorium, while marijuana proponents discussed the importance of its medical uses and that 45 days wouldn't be enough time for the city to make a decision. Mayor Patrick Fury suggested that a comprehensive alternative solution needs to be brought to the table and that regulation needs to be done. Many council members say that complete ban would not be a good idea. They will also talk to other agencies. Officials from the City of Torrance learn more about how Measure H funding will impact the city's homeless population. Here's Edward Mertz with the story.
It's the Torrance Social Services Commission, created 2 years ago to address issues in the city, including homelessness and those involving veterans. With Measure H expected to generate $355 million a year to fight homelessness, commissioners want to know how much money will Torrance get.
Is the money going to be allocated as a per capita thing?
They were told by the county's consultant on Measure H some of the money will be allocated, but agencies and cities will also have to apply for it.
It also depends on the process of how the providers, the contractors, including the cities, will be chosen to provide Measure H eligible strategies. And then that would determine the amount that would end up being actually administered directly by the city.
LA County voters approved Measure H in March. It raises the sales tax in the county by 0.25% for 10 years. The sales tax will start being collected October 1st. County supervisors decided to spend the money in 6 general areas, including programs to prevent homelessness, subsidize housing, increase income for homeless people, provide case management and services, increase affordable housing and housing for the homeless, as well as administrative costs. And if the City of Torrance wants any of the money itself, there will need to be a conversation, says Commissioner Bob Chioda.
If we expect to get money under this gigantic windfall, we've got to do something about it. It's just not going to come to us.
Torrance City leaders have some time to put together a plan for fighting homelessness in the city, as county officials say they will not begin accepting applications under Measure H until sometime this fall. The county does estimate there are some 4,000 homeless people in the region, which includes Torrance and surrounding cities. Meantime, the City of Torrance is also working on its own guide, which has information on services that are available for the homeless. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Edward Mertz.
Thanks, Edward. The City of Torrance also took part in the recent Greater Los Angeles homeless count. Well, the Torrance Transit Department plans to make your journey more convenient. City Council approved the purchase and installation of an extra bike rack for riders on Torrance Transit buses. Instead of 2 bike racks on the buses, Torrance Transit is hoping to have 3 racks. Officials say the increasing number of bicycles will promote multimodal transportation and the use of bicycles as an alternative means of travel. Also, over time, this will help with traffic congestion, reduce fuel consumption, and reduce greenhouse gases. The Torrance Transit Department recently released a free app. It's a sight to see as hundreds of goats are making their way throughout Torrance. Love goat stories. Nearly 200 of them were at the Walteria Reservoir near Crenshaw Boulevard and Rolling Hills Road recently. Now, for the past 10 years, the city hires a contractor to have goats help with weed abatement and fire prevention. Also, with 4th of July around the corner, they are looking to make sure weeds are removed from 10 feet behind structures. Other locations they will be visiting include the 1000 block of Elm, Newton, and Bluff Street, and Calle de Arboles. Goats are eco-friendly option to herbicides and are a cheaper option.
I would say that the main advantage would be an environmental one. You know, it's about going back to a more basic method of like taking care of the land, and not to mention you've got factors to consider such as a mowing crew causing more erosion to the hillsides, a lot more dust and noise pollution on top of all that, whereas goats are just baaing. You know, it's not nearly as loud as a motor running all day.
The goats will work throughout the week. As you're planning your 4th of July activities, listen up. We have all the road closures happening around town. The City of Torrance will host its 2nd annual fireworks show at 9 p.m. on 4th of July at the Torrance Civic Center. Street closures will start at 7 p.m. and will include Maple Avenue between Torrance Boulevard and California Street, Civic Center Drive between Madrona and Maple Avenues, Maricopa Street at Maple Avenue, Felbar Avenue, Font Hill Avenue, Cornbloom Avenue, Terry Avenue, Cranbrook Avenue, and Hickory Avenue. The designated viewing areas includes the Los Angeles County Courthouse parking lot and the Toyota Sports Complex. Another reminder, the Torrance Police Department will be out in full force to keep everyone safe. If you're planning to drink, plan for a designated driver. Independence Day is around the corner, and local officials are reminding Torrance residents to stay away from illegal activities. During the 4th of July holiday season, local law enforcement officials say that fireworks are illegal in the City of Torrance, and officers will be out in full force. Despite fireworks being sold in surrounding cities, Torrance strictly regulates the possession and use of fireworks in the city. This includes possession, storage, offering for sale, exposing for sale, selling at retail, giving and furnishing, using, or exploding any fireworks in city boundaries. Torrance Police will be conducting special enforcement operation looking for anyone violating the fireworks ordinance. A first-time offense is a minimum $100 fine, and it increases for each violation. Well, we all know Los Angeles traffic can be the worst, but one report is showing that the drivers aren't any better. Allstate's 13th Annual America's Best Driver Report, which is based off of insurance company claims, data shows the City of Angels is ranked 193rd out of 200 cities today when it comes to safety behind the wheel. Torrance also made the list and ranked 179th. The report also, for the 3rd straight year, analyzed the correlation between collisions and hard-braking events in more than 100 cities. The company unveiled the report to encourage safe driving habits, especially with the approaching 4th of July holiday, also considered one of the deadliest days on the road. Allstate is the nation's largest publicly held personal insurer, protecting approximately 16 million households from its life's uncertainties through auto, home life, and other insurance. Well, the South Bay Workforce Investment Board received funding to help veterans find jobs. They were awarded $500,000 to assist unemployed and underemployed veterans to find rewarding civilian jobs. The funding came from a Veterans Employment-Related Assistance Program offered by the state. The SBWIB program will focus on training and placing veterans into the construction industry. Thousands of new job openings are expected in the next few years. Outreach and recruitment will be supported by existing partnerships with local area employers, the Los Angeles Air Force Base, and others. SBWIB operates 4 one-stop business and career centers within the South Bay service area. The One-Stop Business and Career Center in Torrance is located at 1220 Ingracia Avenue. Still ahead, an art and music festival makes its debut in the city, bringing out thousands. Plus, heading on a summer vacation, make sure your house is protected when you're gone.
Here are 5 things you should know before flying the Stars and Stripes this 4th of July. Keep your flag inside during bad weather, unless you have an all-weather flag. If you're displaying your flag at night, be sure it's properly illuminated. Don't let your flag touch anything below it or rest on the ground. Store your flag dry and fold it into a triangle with the Union, the blue section, visible. If the flag is damaged or worn out, dispose of it with dignity. Keep that hat and shirt on. You can wear clothing displaying the flag as long as it's not made from an actual flag. And did you know that many dry cleaners will clean American flags for free during the summer? Learn more about the flag and its history. Download USA Gov's free infographic at usa.gov/flag. Happy 4th of July.
The Torrance Police Department's Animal Control Unit hosted a vaccination clinic for the community at Wilson Park recently. They put on this event since 2004 as a way to offer local pet owners a one-stop shop to keep their 4-legged friends' health up to date. They offered low-cost rabies shots, other vaccinations, microchipping, and pet licenses. Rabies shots were offered at $16 and microchipping for $20. Officials say it's a convenient way for pet lovers to come together and make sure their pets are taken care of.
It gets the community to come here and actually take care of their licenses. A lot of people put it off because they don't want to make the trip. They know they have to go to the vet and then come here to do it. So this is one-stop shopping. You get it all done and taken care of one day.
It's an easy way to come get the necessary yearly vaccinations your animal needs, and we still recommend going to your primary veterinarian to get their health check, their annual health check, or any other problems that they may have.
The event was in partnership with First Care Animal Health Clinics. Thousands of people came out to an art festival that was the first of its kind. There was not just one, but 4 stages in the city of Torrance that were busy with performers putting on a great show for attendees who came out to the first South Bay Festival of the Arts event. Kristen Wolf from the Torrance Arts Foundation says it was a huge success with more than 2,500 people who showed up. The free event had performances by several local bands, including In Contempt Band, Comedy Magic of Sean McMaster, to arts projects for everyone. And of course, there is no festival without food. Nothing Bundt cakes, Pink's hot dogs, and rockin' juice were a few participants. I was there with my wife and little boy. We had a great time. It was free, and we could afford it. You can find the Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation season brochure for other exciting upcoming events at torrancearts.org. More than 2,000 students graduated from Torrance high schools recently, and for Torrance High this year, it marks the centennial graduation. Reporter Edward Mertz tells us about one family's special story of Tartar pride.
Thank you to my fellow classmates for an amazing 4 years. Congratulations, class of 2017. We finally did it.
A lot of pride at Torrance High School, where family and friends packed the stadium to cheer on the graduates. As they go forth to write their own stories, the newest Torrance alums carry with them a rich history. They're members of the 100th graduating class at Torrance High. Among them, Trevor Power, whose great-great-aunt Marguerite was one of 2 people in the first graduating class at Torrance High in 1918. Trevor's mom, Catherine, is from the Torrance High class of 1978.
It's just been an amazing journey for us through Torrance. I don't really know where Trevor's going to go in his life and where it's going to lead him. It could be that the tradition ends here, and we'd kind of hope that it doesn't, but we'll see. We can't leave Torrance. None of us have left Torrance. This is our home.
Trevor Power! Trevor Power isn't the only Torrance High School graduate to carry on a family tradition. His classmate Tyler McKee represents the 5th generation of his family to graduate from Torrance High. And his mom says they're very proud to be a part of the Torrance community.
It's about family, community, being a part of something bigger, being able to give back to the community. We try to do that as a family.
And the idea of family was stressed to the new grads, who were encouraged to remember their alma mater by returning to Torrance High School to thank their teachers after they've become a success. For This Week in Torrance, I'm Edward Mertz.
Thanks, Edward. Great story. To kick off this year's Torrance Library Summer Reading Program, city employees came together to give families a warm welcome as they headed into the library. Children were given stickers, pencils, and high fives as they were greeted by City of Torrance employees. This was on the first day of the summer reading program launch. Torrance police officers and fire responders, employees from the Transit Department, and many others cheered on the children and their families. And when they signed up for the program, they also received a free book bag and their reading log to track all of the books they plan to read this summer, starting from June 26th through August 12th for 7 weeks. Youngsters and even adults are encouraged to read at least 20 minutes a day. You can join the program at any of the 6 library branches.
I was inspired by schools, however, who have done high five lines for school, where they've invited community members and employees from around the area to greet kids as they arrive from school. And I thought, can I adapt that and do it at the library?
It sends the message that we believe that education is important. Reading is a vital part of that. It's particularly important to me because I can still remember my 3rd grade teacher who used to read to me, Mrs. Short, used to read to us every day, and I fell in love with reading, and I continue to read. I read a little every day. Matter of fact, I just finished a book last night.
All participants are required to complete their reading log by Saturday, August 12th, and return it to any of the Torrance libraries to receive their certificate of completion and a new book. Locals had the chance to learn from renowned experts on how to make a perfect sushi roll. It isn't a place you would expect to learn how to cook, but sushi chef Andy Matsuda from the Sushi Chef Institute stopped by El Retiro Library. Matsuda is a renowned chef who has worked at fine sushi bars in Santa Monica, Aspen, and New York. They had delicious ingredients on display where the chef shared each step one can take to make a roll that satisfies taste buds. Matsuda demonstrated various techniques used in making this Japanese delicacy. One of the highlights of the event was when he made a sushi look like a cat. The event was sponsored by the Friends of the Torrance Library and was a program created by library staff. The Sushi Chef Institute is located on Van Ness Avenue near Torrance Boulevard in Torrance. To keep up with events, you can go to torranceca.gov/library. A popular sushi hotspot at the Del Amo Fashion Center is offering special deals on 4th of July. Raw Sushi Bar and Restaurant will have happy hour all day on Tuesday, July 4th. The restaurant specializes in Asian fusion food. Their menu includes creative sushi rolls and innovative combinations. The restaurant uses about 10 different species of fish and 50 to 75 pounds of fish a day. The Del Amo location is across from P.F. Chang's in the outdoor area of the center. El Camino College announced that it'll be offering a new program to students. Students will soon be able to enroll in a new cybersecurity program designed to provide education and training needed for jobs in this rapidly growing field. Some classes already set to be offered are computer security and forensics and ethical hacking. Through the program, students will learn about the current state of the internet, web development, and networking and cybersecurity issues. The certificate is designed to prepare students to enter the cybersecurity field, which works to protect information while securing networks and data from hackers and other online threats. Research shows that businesses, schools, and government institutions need skilled professionals in cybersecurity. The fall semester begins August 26th. El Camino received more than $1.5 million to fund strong workforce programs. As you get ready to take your summer vacation, make sure your home is safe before leaving town. Now, during the summertime, home burglaries usually see a spike when people are away from their homes. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, homes are burglarized about every 15 seconds, and a homeowner loses, on average, about $2,316 in possessions and damages. AAA officials say there are easy steps people can take to make sure home burglaries don't happen. First, make your home look occupied. Don't leave windows or doors unlocked. Install a home security system. Also, don't post your vacation plans on social media. That's a no-no. Stop package deliveries and don't let important mail sit in your mailbox. Don't forget to remove spare keys from outside your home, especially near your front door or under a welcome mat. Still ahead, we've got some great upcoming events you won't want to miss. We'll be back in just 60 seconds. Don't go away.
Drownings are a leading cause of death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Always watch them in and around water. Properly fence all pools and stay away from drains. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
That's like 3 treats in one right
Exactly.
Oh, man.
One of our specialty cakes is going to be our strawberry layer cake. I haven't seen any cake like this at any other bakery.
I mean, this is amazing. This is beautiful, beautiful pastry. And if you have any leftovers, what do? Call Taste of Torrance and have me come by and pick them up, and
we'll give you a call next time to come on by.
Right on.
Welcome back, everybody. Here's some upcoming events to mark on your calendar for the month of July. The City of Torrance will have their annual concert in the park on July 15th from 4 to 6 p.m. It'll take place at Wilson Park at the newly renovated gazebo. This concert will feature Mystic Wave. Then on July 19th, you can take a break at the Henderson Library in Torrance for an hour of origami. It will be open to all ages starting at 4 p.m. For more information, you can call the library at 310-371-2075. And then you can watch Susical the Musical at the James Armstrong Theater on July 21st at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale at the aeaclubs.org. You can reach them at 310-781-7171. And that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for watching.